Would you have stayed faithful? Would you have stayed faithful? I'm going to close with this story. In the days of the Roman Emperor Nero, there was a band of elite guard known as the Emperor's Wrestlers. These men had gained great success by wrestling in the Roman amphitheater and pledging their allegiance to Nero with these words: "We, the wrestlers, wrestling for you, O Emperor, to win for you the victory and from you the victor's crown." When the Roman army fought in Gaul, no soldiers were braver or more loyal. But news reached Nero that many Roman soldiers had accepted the Christian faith. So a decree was dispatched to the Roman centurion Vespasian, which said, if there be any soldiers who cling to the Christian faith, they must die. The decree was received in the dead of winter while the soldiers were camped next to a frozen lake. With a sinking heart, Vespasian called his soldiers together and asked the question, "Do any of you cling to the faith of the Christians? If so, step forward." Instantly, 40 wrestlers stepped forward, saluted, and stood at attention. Vespasian paused. He had not expected so many, nor such excellent soldiers to come forward. Trying to find a way out of his dilemma, Vespasian announced, "I shall await your answer at sundown." So he's buying a little more time. Sundown came, and again the question was asked. Again, 40 wrestlers stepped forward who claimed the name of Christ. Vespasian pleaded with them to deny their faith without success. Finally, he said, "The decree of the emperor must be obeyed, but I am not willing that your comrades should shed our blood. I am ordering you to march out upon that lake of ice, and I will leave you to the mercy of the elements." The 40 wrestlers were stripped and marched out to the center of the frozen lake. As they marched, they broke into the chant of the arena. 40 wrestlers wrestling for you, O Christ, to win for you the victory and from you the victor's crown. Through the long hours of the night, Vespasian stood by his campfire and listened to the wrestlers chant as it grew fainter and fainter. As morning drew near, one wrestler, overcome by exposure, crept quietly toward the fire, and in his suffering he renounced his Lord. Softly but clearly from the frozen lake came the chant, 39 wrestlers wrestling for you, O Christ, to win for you the victory and from you the crown. The centurion Vespasian looked at the faithless wrestler near the fire. Then Vespasian took off his own helmet and clothing and ran out onto the ice and shouted, 40 wrestlers wrestling for you, O Christ, to win for you the victory and from you the crown. What would you have done? What would you have done?